So today I would like to show you how I did the wildy chests, because I think they are a very good training method, and there were some questions about how to do it on accounts without overhead prayers, or how to save prayers maybe. So I'm going to show you that. So first of all, I am wearing prayer gear. This is mostly for the first part of the whole thing, when I'm actually luring the rogues, but just whatever. I'm bringing a samurai spear. You should probably bring a dragon spear, but I currently don't have one, and as I'm an Ironman, it's not that easy to get them. So I'm just using a Zami spear because I have the same spec, and the spec is the whole point. Other than that, I'm bringing a looting bag. You see it's completely empty. Some blighted super restores, some blighted food. The whole point here is to make the inventory as cheap as possible while still doing what you need. I bring an antidote plus and a stamina pot. I'm only using them in case I get attacked by a PKer and I'm trying to escape. Actually, I just realized I forgot the blighted ice axe, whatever. Blighted ice axe, yeah. I'm taking 150, which is it's probably more than you'll ever need. But the point is that you can actually freeze PKers to try to get away easier. Now there's a setting here. Just go on settings, type in looting bag. Here in looting bag, store all. That just makes it so all the stuff you get from the chests and just loot in general automatically goes into the looting bag. You can also turn on ignore supplies, so supply drops don't go automatically into the looting bag, but as a standard I have this off because my inventory is full at the moment. If I get PK'd and still decide to stay for whatever reason after I escape the PK'er, then I might just turn this on and then fill my inventory back up with supplies. So this is my setup, and I bring kind of an expensive item, but it's not an issue because if I go here on the items viewed on death, view items on loss on death, I'm turning on killed by player, wilderness beyond 20. You should always do that before you take stuff into the wildy, just to know what you're actually risking. And then I'm using protect item, so I'm currently risking 115k of my own bank value, which is not that much of an issue. You will see how quickly we get that back. So we're going to wilderness 50. If you don't have the diaries to actually choose the thing, just teleport a few times and you'll get there quite quickly. Right, so this here's the rogue's castle. You see I've marked these 3 chests. The way they are marked, they are marked in yellow when they are ready to be looted, and they will not be marked when they're not ready. Actually, in this world here, it's a little bit awkward because they are already lured, so let me just show you what happens. Oh. There's a guy coming here. Let me just find the world where they aren't lured. Maybe also one where no one is actually doing them at the moment, because I don't want to annoy anyone. Right, so this world is fine here. Eastern US, which is a bit of a bad ping for me, but for the demonstration it's going to work. So what you want to do is first turn on melee prayer. If you're trying to set it up for a skiller that doesn't have overhead, just use your main or whatever for this part, because otherwise you will take quite a bit of damage. So you just steal the chests. You get 702 XP per. You see we're at 13,327 at the moment. So yeah, I'm just stealing a few chests just to get them aggressive on me. Now I'm going here. So now this tile here that I marked here is a bit special. So basically Jagex didn't want the rogues to get stuck in this little hut here, so they made a tile there on which the rogues can never walk. Now, they didn't think it through because I can actually abuse it. So I'm luring the rogues in front of the door here, as you see, like this, you know, just going back and forth, very simple. Then you step on this tile here, south of them, and you use the spear spec, either from the Zami spear or a dragon spear. They are exactly the same. And then you just push them here into the building. Now you see 4 of them are trapped already. The rest is still attacking me. Now, of course, while I'm recharging my special attack energy, I don't actually have to just stand around and waste my time. I'm just going to keep looting the chests. Yeah, and I'm just waiting until this recharges. Of course, if you have access to a light bearer, it's much easier because your spec will regenerate twice as fast. But still, you will see even without the light bearer, it's pretty simple, and it's only taking a few minutes. And again, during those few minutes, you can actually already work on your XP and your loot. Little explanation: I have these 2 marked tiles. Now, the reason for that is when you're kind of at the low agility level, or you're carrying too much weight, you can actually run out of run energy while doing this, and it's a little bit annoying. So, as you probably know, in this game, running always means you're basically skipping a tile. You're moving 2 tiles in one tick, and walking is 1 tile in 1 tick. So now the way to kind of limit your run energy usage is to make sure that you're never running for single tiles. You always want to only be running for double tiles. So I set these 2 tiles up. Like if I start here, 2 tiles is here for 2. Yeah. So you see, it has been a few months since I actually did this, so I didn't completely remember. So basically, the thing is, it doesn't run completely straight. It has to go into a little curve. But you see, with my true tile indicators, here, this light blue tile under me. If I run to this chest over here, it goes there, there, there. That's 3 ticks, and then it walks for one tile. So basically, what you can do is, you'll see it on the next turn here. After I'm looting this chest here, instead of going directly to this chest, I'm clicking on this marked tile, and the moment my indicator goes there, I step south, and that basically means that I'm running for 1 less tile, and it just makes energy upkeep easier. The reason I got 2 tiles marked is that quite often when you come here, there's someone else doing it, and you can either do it in this direction, you know, counterclockwise as I'm doing at the moment, or you can do it clockwise. There's no real benefit of either of the methods. So if someone is here and is doing it, you know, the other way around, then basically I want to have this tile here serve the exact same purpose, you know, step here and then there as soon as the true tile is there. So like that's just the basic logic of it. So yeah, right now we're at 70%, and I'll see you when we reach 100%. Right, so we're back at 100%. Now currently Edward here is blocking me. Oh, by the way, one thing that I didn't mention yet. As you see, I'm never misclicking on Edward. The reason for that is that I use many entry swapper, swap left click, and to turn him into walk here. That's something I generally do all over the game. Whenever I'm doing a specific activity for a while, I'm using this option to avoid misclicking on some annoying NPCs. I also actually have it set up for the rogues, because whenever I'm not actually luring them, or when I'm doing the chests while waiting for the energy to recharge, I don't want to constantly hit them on accident, you know, instead of just clicking through them. So now I pushed 4 more in here. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in here, which was of course expected. Now you see I have 3 more left, which means of course one more round of specs, right? But there's this one rogue over here that's a bit different. It's just that he spawns further to the west, and yeah, need to have an inventory space free. He spawns a bit further to the west, and he doesn't actually follow to this tile here, so we can't push him in there. So I'll show you what happens then. Wait, why don't the forum yet? 1, 2, 6, 7, okay. For some reason, one of the rogues from the castle is also out here, which is a bit weird, but it doesn't really matter. Whatever. I'll just let the spec energy recharge to 100% again, and see you then. Right, now I'm actually getting attacked by a PK. Yeah. Let's see if I can do it. Freezing him. And I'm going upstairs. And as soon as I can, a quick hop. So yeah, now you actually saw what happens when I get attacked by a PK. It's a pretty easy escape. You just want to make sure that if the PK freezes you, you don't freeze him back right away, and like right away, because the problem is if he freezes you and you freeze him right back, both of you will basically unfreeze in more or less the same time. So what you want to do is to freeze him a little bit later, so you have a time frame where you can move and he can't, and you will be immune to freezing for this time frame as well. So you basically want to do that, and then you just go up here, and you combine that with you just quick hop as soon as you can. If you feel like there wasn't enough time, you don't just go upstairs and wait, like I just did, because I just waited for the 10 seconds after combat to move. But maybe you go up here, wait a few seconds, and then maybe go back down, just to basically trick the PK. Anyway, I mean, that's just something that happens here. It depends a bit on the time of the day. Honestly, during the time when all the Americans are online, it's usually when you have the most PKers. So that's also when you will be harassed by far the most in any kind of PvP stuff. So, right, let's go back to the world where I was actually luring the guys. PK left a nice flower for me. Right, let's just continue here. I would probably bank or just change the settings to get the supply drops in my inventory right now, but it's fine either way. Like, I'm only doing this to show you right now, and I'm not too worried. Right, so I'm back at 100%. I have some rogues on me. Now I'm going back here, doing my little lure again. Oh, that's just a clue hunter. Like, that's fine. You see these 3 here are stacked. Actually, this one here for some reason didn't aggress on me. That's fine. I'm just stacking them here. Like this. Pushing them in with my spear. I think the clue hunter might actually be watching what I'm doing. Right, so I trap him in here. Now I can actually turn off the prayer for now. They are stuck for now. Now, this one rogue here is a little bit different. The issue is that he spawns further to the west. Now, you will see what happens in a second. So I do have to pray for him again. I will need one more spec for him. Just, 25%. But I will already start luring him over while I'm recharging. So I'm just doing these chests again. While I'm going over there, I'm doing the chest, no time wasted. I'm closing this door here and just going down here with this rogue. I'm opening this door. I'm stepping in, then stepping out north of him. Yeah, now I have to wait for this to fill up, because he doesn't actually follow me into the building, but I can push him in as soon as it's recharged. Yeah, so basically that's it. Like you lure all the other ones, you lure up here, just push them into this building, and then this one here, that's a little bit annoying. You just have to bring him down here south, and you push him in here. Right, now there are no more rogues that can actually aggress on me. And you see, I made 358k of loot in this time. As you remember, I was risking like 118 or something. So even if I'm forced to bank right now, I did actually make a decent profit, In general, the way it works is... oh yeah, right. This guy here, he had the wrong setting active. You want to use many entry swapper to change the chest to search for traps instead of to open, because otherwise you take damage. So now you see I made like 50k XP while I'm doing these lures, and I made some money as well. Now it's already at over 400k. It really stacks up quite quickly. So this method of thieving is about, in theory, it's about 300k XP per hour and about 2.5 million of profit. Now, of course, banking time and having to escape PKers sometimes is going to affect this rate, but in general, on the way to 99, I did achieve about 260k per hour on average, and I certainly banked about 2 million per hour. I sometimes got killed with 1 million or so, but in general, I banked a hell of a lot more than I lost. And I think the way to look at it is just to look at your original risked value, like this 120k or whatever, and that's really the actual loss you have when you get PK'd. All the rest is just loot you got here while doing a method that's basically best in slot thieving training anyway, so even if you lose all the loot, it's not actually that bad. And realistically, if you're not terrible, you're going to bank significantly more than half of the loot anyway. So yeah, I just did this to show you guys. Now you see I'm already at 450k while I'm talking here. It's really quite quick money and decent XP. So yeah, you lure them in here, you lure that one there, and then it's safe to do without overheads. So of course, if you have a skiller account that wants to do this, just use your main or have a friend come by, I guess. Just to lure the rogues in here, and once they are in there, your skiller account, level 3 skiller for all I care, is going to be safe doing this here. In fact, they're probably even quite safe, because by far most PKers that come here will not be able to attack level 3s, because they don't they don't expect people to be level 3 here. Right, so that's it for now. I hope this was helpful. I know there was a little bit of rambling towards the end, but whatever. Good luck with this, and yeah, get some good profits and some decent XP. Go for it, guys.